Hey guys, it's Steve
And Tiffany.
from A Different Chick Farm, and we have something to show you today. Now, this is by no means all of what we've been doing, but this is kind of a lot of our progress for this weekend between farmers markets and everything else that we've had to do. We're still probably a little bit behind on this.
Yeah.
We should have been probably done with this part of the farming for the year. Well, as done as this part of the farming can be.
Yeah.
So we're going to turn you around and show you what we got, and then we're going to talk to you about it and give you some details and hopefully entertain you with it. So this is one of our pepper plots. It is not finished. Tiffany did a wonderful job of laying down all the fabric.
The second time.
Tiffany, I wasn't going to tell that story on you. You want to tell that story, Tiffany?
So sometimes when it's really hot and Steven's not here, my mind is just get it done, get it done, get it done. And so I'll go down through the row, and then when I get halfway through, I look back and I'm like, it's a little snaky. And
kind of like a zigzag, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so I realized that, and then I kept going anyway and tried to fix it, and I was not working on fixing it, and I was not doing a very good job fixing it, and so it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So thankfully, though, everything was in place, and when Steven got back from market, he gave me the clearer directions of exactly which spot I needed to start with. Rather than trying to be with the barn, I needed to be here and how far away, and so I fixed it in no time, thankfully.
She overcomplicated the situation. It just needed to be run down the line that we plotted for it, which is, as you see it here. So it just needed to be run down through here. Not perfect, but we were quite a bit from perfect, wasn't we? Yeah. So, anyway, this is the first part of this. The rain was kind of catching us and the exhaustion was catching us. We were up until after 10 last night out here when we lost all light and couldn't see nothing. Yeah. That's when we quit. We were back at it early this morning because it was supposed to rain at 12, so we, as bad as we hated to, we skipped church. Yeah. This is Sunday evening, but we needed to get this done before it rained. It did not rain at 12. And then they said it was not going to rain until when?
Wednesday.
And then it rained this evening.
Yeah. So. But being the superwoman I am, when we got done here, I've got everything prepared, went and picked up fish, and went over at my parents' and made gluten-free fried fish with organic corn being the breading, and hush puppies that are gluten-free, and we made baked beans, and I made coleslaw from our cabbage, and made some sweet potato fries. And so I fixed all of that over at my mom and dad's and had dinner. And so here we are back here. So I've been good all day, except for now I'm starting to crash a little bit.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
She was wanting to do some up potting tonight. We're not. Yeah. We're going to sit down, relax, and get up in the morning and get back at it. Yeah. So anyway, we'll turn you around. We're going to talk to Tiffany as she goes down through here. First, yeah, Tiffany, why don't you show us your little book?
So part of being organic means you have to keep up with a lot of notes. So one of the things that they do, and I always struggle with this one because I am not a great record keeper and I hate paperwork. But one of the things that you have to do is you have to keep up with what you put in your soil. You have to keep up with the seed, like you have to show an invoice of where you bought something or you sold something. And when you sold that item, you have to show when you planted it, where you got that plant from. So for us, we seeded those ourselves. And a lot of those things come from our seeds. So we have to keep records of where we got our seeds, if we harvested our own seeds, what we harvested from, when we seeded it, when we potted it, when we planted it, how it got from being a seed to how it got to on the table to sell.
Basically point A to point B, right?
Yeah. And so one of those is writing down where you plant, what you plant. So we have different plots throughout our farm. Our lower lot is mostly plot B. This one, I can't remember the number, but we know it's behind the barn plot. So this one is behind the lower plot. But this one is this back plot behind our barn. So
Tiffany, you want to walk down through here and tell them what each roll has in it. Now guys, as you see, I have a triple roll. So this is 4 foot wide fabric and 1 foot is each line. So we do 1 foot between rolls, and these are 18 inches between plants. So Tiffany is going to walk down this way right here at the top of the roll, and so she don't have to get out there and trample in what might be wet, might not be. And
I got my good chacos on, not my farm chacos.
Yeah, so she's going to walk right here on the end of the fabric so she can stay out of any mud. And that way she can point to each roll and tell us what we got. And I am going to back up and let her do the talking.
So, row number 1 is Brazilian Starfish Red. So we're going to start out with, most of these are ahis where we begin with. Love our ahi peppers. We've got customers that just die for them every year. They're great for seasoning, they're great for fresh eating, they're great for salsas, and I actually like making a lot of hot sauces with them, but there are a lot of weird varieties that you're never going to find because nobody grows them, except for in little tiny quantities. So row number 1 is all red Brazilian starfish. Number 2, this row right here, is ahi jobitos and ahi guanos.
I'm sure we butcher some of these names.
We're from East Tennessee. Well, I'm from East Tennessee. Stephen's from East Kentucky, so...
We're not from Peru. We're not from South America.
We're not proper. We're a bit southern.
Yeah.
Row number 3 is my absolute favorite. I love this pepper. I love to eat it fresh. I love making salsa. I've made some sauces out of it. It's great. It's an ahi mango. But there's 2 ahi mangoes. There's an ahi mango long and there's an ahi mango stumpy. This is the stumpy one, which if you bought these from me before, this is what I have sold you. The long ones was a new one for us last year that failed because of our...
We harvested 5.
Yeah. So the stumpy's the one you've been buying from me. So we've got 20 ahi mangoes because I love them. Okay, so moving along. Row number 4 is ahi ayuyo.
I laugh and say it's a ahi yo-yo.
2 more ahi stumpies, or ahi mango stumpies on the end there because I had 2 more and I like them.
We filled in.
Row number 5 is ahi perua.
Peora.
Yeah.
I'm sure I butchered this way I say it.
Row number 6 is ahi Peruvian. So those are great too. I don't remember all of these off the top of my head, but you will hear me talk about the ones I really love. So this next one is, next row, 7 and 8 are Mad Hatters. Now, if you like Bishop's Crown, the Mad Hatter is like a Bishop's Crown, but it's a hybrid, so it's organic approved. It is just one that they have improved upon the Bishop's Crown to produce a better, more uniform pepper and more peppers on the plant.
A little bit earlier producing, if I remember right, also.
So, but same great taste as the Bishop's Crown. If you see them, you'll not even know the difference.
And we usually grow the Bishop's Crown too, but we just didn't do it this year.
Yeah. So row number 9 is ahi Santa Cruz. So I don't remember a whole lot about that last year. I think it was a little bit bigger for an ahi, which is pretty nice.
We didn't grow that last year. We grew it 3 years ago.
So yeah. Now,
we don't grow every pepper every year, guys. We have too big of a seed library to put them all in the ground.
So row number 10 is one of our absolute favorites, and it's one of the seasonings we still have because we always grow so many of this pepper. We have a whole lot left over, but you have seen it in our recent seasonings that we still have available. I think we still have 1 or 2 available.
Yes, we do.
Green version.
1 or 2.
Okay. So So it's our lemon drop. Lemon drops are amazing. Our daughter Morgan loves lemon drops. That's the one pepper she actually really likes to eat as far as hot peppers go, which is great. But it's got great citrusy flavor. It's a little tiny Peruvian pepper.
Sweet, juicy,
sweet, yeah,
crisp.
wonderful. Makes great seasoning. Goes great with fish and chicken. So yeah.
I like to eat them on a plate with Mexican food, just to have a few raw peppers on the plate. And one of the few peppers I enjoy eating raw.
Maybe we should try pickling some of those this year.
Hey, I'm up for it.
Yeah. So number 11 is ají nortinos. So I don't remember a whole lot. I do remember that 2 years ago when we had them down in the field, they, for whatever reason, it may have been weeds, it may have been whatever, they dropped before they matured. So it may have just been the conditions they were in. They're in much better conditions here. It is not going to stay wet back here because this is one of the drier areas. It's actually like the perfect gardening plot.
The one we've been working on the longest, and it drains very well too.
So 12 is ají charpita, followed by ají pineapple. Ají pineapple is really close to an ají lemon drop.
Got a little more bite, a little more heat.
Yeah. You put them together.
And charpita is the ones I'm going to let Tiffany pick.
They're little and annoying. Okay, so number 13. Actually, these are all of our Sugar Rush. So we have Sugar Rush Peach, Sugar Rush Cream. Row number 14, next one is Sugar Rush Stripey. Sugar Rush is actually, the Sugar Rush Peach is the one that really got us into the ají peppers.
Yep.
Like we first grew that, got seeds from Baker Creek long time ago when they first, like the first release that they had of Sugar Rush Peach, we got them from Baker Creek. Loved that pepper. Got a lot of customers in our area to love that pepper. And so we were like, oh, let's try the other Sugar Rushes. So the Sugar Rush Cream, in my opinion, I don't like it as much. Some people like it more. Some people like it less. Some people like it just as much. I'm not as big of a fan of it, but it is useful in a lot of stuff that we do. Sugar Rush Stripey is a new one for us. It was supposed to be new last year. But,
year before last.
Okay, so...
we had one plant.
Yeah, so now we have 8. We also have Sugar Rush on 15. Sugar Rush Long Peach is supposed to be an improved version.
3 years ago.
3 years ago new. Supposed to be an improved version of the Sugar Rush Peach, but we've just not had great luck out of that. The ají's 2 years ago, well, last year was the disaster for peppers.
Yeah, we'll maybe do a video on last year's pepper season sometime.
The year before that was just the ají's. We didn't have in a good spot. They just didn't do so well. So we learn. We fail and we learn. Behind that one is Sugar Rush Red. So it's like the peach, but it's red. A little bit different flavor, but really close. So next, row 16, we have Brazilian pumpkin. So Brazilian pumpkin is like a Brazilian starfish, but it's orange and it looks more like a pumpkin than the Brazilian starfish really don't look like a starfish. It just kind of looks like a
this is actually the red Brazilian pumpkin.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
So, learn something.
You didn't know what I seeded.
Yeah. Oh, and we have more red Brazilian starfish and ají mango longs. This happens to be where we filled in with the ají mango longs because we kind of ran out of room. 17 is ají habaneros. Great little orange pepper.
Massive producer.
Like it is, you will see orange on the plant before you see green.
Yeah.
So productive. Great flavors. It don't mix it up with a habanero pepper because it's not a habanero pepper. It doesn't have the heat level. It doesn't taste like a habanero pepper. It's definitely ají, but you know. Then ají longs on their end of that, and then ají cachucha.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that the one that's like the ají dulce, or that's
the second
name of it? Okay.
I think so.
I think that's the one that's ají dulce also, which is barely any heat at all, but full ají flavor. Really great. It's actually kind of multicolored almost. Really cool. And then at the end of that one, the ají chinchi amarillo. So ají amarillos are actually a extremely important pepper in Peruvian culture. We had an amazing restaurant. It was Brasia 51 that closed a couple years ago, and we were so very sad.
Sad face.
Because they used the amarillo peppers, and it was wonderful. We just heard a little noise, and it sounds like something or another. Anyway, we're going to keep with the video. But love that pepper. Great flavor. It makes awesome sauces, awesome seasonings. A lot of people just like shorten it to ají amarillo, but there's a bunch of different ají amarillos. And as you can imagine, the amarillo stands for yellow. So technically lemon drop could be an ají amarillo. It's, you know, it could go on. Next, it could go on and on like I go on and on. Next, number 19 is ají rico. So ají ricos are technically a hybrid pepper, but we have saved seeds from our ají
For kicks and giggles.
So we're going to see what they do. A lot of people say they have saved seeds from them, and they still get an ají rico looking pepper. So
Kicks and giggles.
and then we had 2 ají crystals make it out of all of our seeds.
Didn't have a whole lot of seeds for them.
So,
We only had like 6, and they were like 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah. So we have 2 little ají crystals, but they look great. So they're down that row. Also, 3 ají golds, because we found a tray of ají golds, and we were like, we already planted with the rest of these that's coming up, and we had to fit them somewhere. So we also have beside that one, row number 20 is our Strawberry Kiss F2s, but we have 2 types. This one's the F2 type 1. This one on this next row is the F2 type 2. Strawberry Kiss did it come from the Brazilian starfish originally?
Nope.
Okay.
It was we suspect it's an ají dulce and Trinidad scorpion cross.
So it's a bit hotter than what our ajís normally are.
Way hotter than the ají dulce.
But it looks like a little Hershey Kiss. It's like a teardrop, flat on the bottom. Yeah, Hershey Kiss all day long.
It was supposed to be, it was saved seeds from a Trinidad scorpion that were non-isolated. And we suspect, because we went back and checked our records, and literally planted right beside the Trinidad scorpion, red Trinidad scorpion, was our ají dulces.
Yeah. So anyway, it is a great tasting pepper. Has made amazing seasoning. Has made great sauce. Tastes great fresh. But we've had red and yellow. And
Primary color's been red.
Yep.
And then we've had a strain of yellow pop up in our F3, which we are not growing this year. We went back to our F2 seeds and trying to stabilize the 2 lines that we want.
Yeah. So it has been a very interesting pepper to work with. Excited to see what this is going to produce this year. And hopefully really great, since we've got it in a much better area. So, and then I think I mentioned the ají golds are on the ends of both of those because we didn't have nowhere to put them. So next, in row number 23 is my love of my life pepper. Like, we have a local restaurant, Ole Guacamoles, and they have a chili de arbol sauce, and it's more like an oil with chili de arbols, like just soaked in it. But that's all I need, because the de arbols, like, you can make hot sauce out of them. You can make the best seasoning ever. They're great. So chili de arbols, my love. I love Steven too, but I love chili de arbols. So the next one over, row 24, is yellow Thai. And orange Thai SSE. I'm gonna make Steven pick those. Yeah,
I don't mind picking them, because they're great peppers.
They are great, and then this row is our red Thais and orange Thai SSE on the end of those. And the daylight's going away, so I'm gonna have to hurry it up.
Yep.
Okay, so 26 is Korean gochu, which is great pepper. I love those. They grow great not Asian sauces. You can pick them red. You're supposed to pick them green. We've had a lot of Asian people tell us
Stir fry.
Yeah, you've got to pick them green, and we do, but we also like them red, and they make great sauce with red. We've actually got 2 rows of that one at 26 and 27. And then 28 is another my favorite, peri-peris. They are so
Yum, yum.
wonderful. They make, if you ever, there's a peri-peri sauce. It's Nando's peri-peri. Yeah. Awesome sauce. Greatest thing on creation. And then at the end of that is our malaguetas, which is another wonderful pepper. And then we've got our causas, which you are not going to find anywhere basically in the United States. We got these seeds several years ago from, was it New Zealand?
They came from Fatali.
Right, from Fatali. I think they're from New Zealand.
I don't
off the
remember.
top of my head. Anyway, they can't ship seeds currently to the United States and several other places. And then we've got row 30 is the Brange, which is a new one for us. I thought it looked cool. We figured we'd try it. And Jigsaw. It also looks really cool, so I thought we'd try it. So, and then we have more space that we have not done yet, but the sun's going down.
More space that we got to burn holes and plant, and then we got to lay probably about 6 more things of fabric. We can't go any further with peppers because of that. That is a black walnut tree. Over here's another black walnut tree, and back there is another black walnut tree, and over here is another black walnut tree.
And you could say, well, cut down your black walnut trees, but we like black walnuts.
Yes, and it's nice to have a sustainable, this is actually the only one on our property.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have a sustainable food source on your property. Well, I say it's the only one we got. There's technically a small one down here that will get cut down. But that's the only one that's on our property. Them are on the neighbor's property that he could care less about. But that one's the only one on our property, so we want to take care of it so we got a sustainable food source, like Tiffany said.
But the only issue is if you do not know this, and we had a lady last year that bought a ton of plants off of us, peppers and tomatoes, planted them all. She spent like $200 worth of plants. They all died. It was because she planted them right under a black walnut tree. Peppers and tomatoes absolutely cannot handle jugulone.
Amongst a bunch of other
Right.
vegetables.
From black walnuts.
So what? It's not wasted property. We'll go right down here, and what are we going to plant, Tiffany, at the end?
Corn and squash.
Because corn will tolerate it.
And maybe some beans to go with it, because beans, corn, and squash all tolerate jugulone.
And we'll probably plant beans on that corn down there, because the corn we're going to be planting more than likely will be one that needs to dry on the stalk. It won't be our Bloody Butcher. We'll bring you back for that video. We won't share that yet. The Bloody Butcher is going in another spot. So, all right, guys. Tiffany?
Yes.
What are they supposed to do?
Like and follow our YouTube channel.
And all of our social
Yeah,
media.
we have Instagram, we have Facebook. Follow it all.
And share this video.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.